In the 21st century, when Homo modernicus sets out to fill his stomach, he needs a shopping cart. But what he really needs is determination. The variety of choices in each aisle is infinite. A supermarket sells an average of 8,000 product references. Whether you're in China, the United States or Europe, the supermarkets are overflowing with standardized products that are designed to please the stomachs of the world. Of course, all these products have not been carefully prepared by the local caterer, but by a handful of food processing giants. These hugely competitive corporations that exercise their creativity by concocting all sorts of irresistible products. These giants alone supply 80% of what we eat, and none of us can escape them. Their grub is salty, fatty, sweet, whatever, but we love it. What makes up this miracle recipe that we are so addicted to? Here is Rémy Burkel, who will be leading this investigation. Rémy is Franco-American, who is a careful and educated consumer, and he loves to eat.
Good morning. I'll have a Paris Brest, please. To eat straight away. That looks good.
We will be travelling with Rémy through Europe and the United States to try to get a clear understanding of how these industrial food giants have conquered our senses with their disgustingly good grub.
Do you mind if we film when we're in the taxi?
Rémy was raised on hamburgers and French fries in America, the country where you can eat 24/7. When he arrived in France, he fell in love with good food, local markets and home-cooked meals. For the past 25 years, he has watched the junk food of his childhood, burgers, soda and pizza, to mention a few, invade the tables of this old world. We all know the truth. It is bad for you to eat too much and to eat poorly. You can get sick or worse. Nearly 3 million people die each year from obesity-related health problems. We no longer eat what we need, we eat what we like. We stuff ourselves with bad food and go back for more. Why do we like it so much? In the beginning, it was for the taste. Our ancestors ate to survive. We, on the other hand, eat to satisfy our cravings. We no longer eat what we need, we eat what we like. If you want proof, just look at these Americans queuing up at this temple of sugar to admire candy artwork. Just like them, Rémy loves sweets, ice cream and cookies. How did he fall into the cookie jar? Rémy has chosen to start his investigation on Halloween, the great American sugar holiday. For the occasion, he has gone to see the person who helped educate his palate.
So this is my mother.
That evening, children dressed up as monsters petition the neighbours for their share of candy. It takes Rémy back to his own childhood, and he is thrilled.
You had an issue about us eating too much sugar.
My job was to keep my children from being damaged by it, and that this was serious stuff, so I tried my best. Some children grow up and believe the same thing, and others don't. What can I say?
No, we're all sugar addicts now.
I probably would have been sugar addicts anyway.
Parents can try their hardest to teach healthy food habits, but tough nuts like Rémy will continue to swear by sweets and cream-filled cakes. This happens to be normal. It is completely natural to like sugar, but why? After Washington and its tidal wave of candy, Rémy returns to France. He travels to Dijon, to the INRA, or the French National Institute of Agricultural Research.
Hello.
Hello.
Rémy Burkel.
Sophie Nicklaus.
Pleased to meet you.
Welcome to the Science Centre for Food and Taste.
Okay, I'll follow you.
Sophie Nicklaus, a researcher at INRA, studies the origins of taste. According to her, certain preferences are very obvious right from birth.
Here, for example, we are trying to measure their preferences for basic tastes. Salty, bitter, sweet and acidic. You can see evidence of clear preferences as early as 3 months. The most common example is the virtually innate attraction to sweetness, which incidentally happens to have strong pain-killing properties in children. Pediatricians often make use of this effect to calm children when vaccinating them. This strong preference for sugar exists from birth. It is natural in the sense that it indicates the presence of energy in foods. At a time when food options were not unlimited as they are today, it was essential to be able to pick out foods that would be the best sources of energy. A sweet taste was a strong indicator of this.
It is natural for man to like sugar, but also fat and salt. Man detects the calories that are required for his survival. Taste differs from country to country. This accounts for specific food traditions. The French in their cheese, the Chinese in their chicken feet, and the British in their jelly for dessert. What we like to eat is no longer slowly simmered on the stove by our grandmothers, but by the food industry who manufactures and transforms 80% of what we ingest. All prepared and seasoned foods, from mixed salads to meat and fish dishes, canned foods, pizzas, quiches, cakes, in the fresh, dry or frozen aisles, are all industrially produced. In the past 10 years, the number of industrially produced products has exploded. In France, the pre-prepared dishes in the fresh section have doubled in volume. There are 281 yogurt product references alone. With temptation in front of us 24/7, we eat more than we used to. In 50 years, our food bowl has gone from 2,200 calories to 3,000 calories today. So, how do you choose in this sea of products? Taste alone does not fill our shopping carts. Appearance, touch, smell, they all come into play. A battery of invisible tools are working on our senses and influencing our purchasing behavior.
When we shop, our choices aren't dictated by taste only. The food industry has plenty of other tricks to influence our choices and make us buy more. We're about to meet with Pierre Chandon, who is a specialist in food marketing. He will help us decipher this. Here we are, in the Temple of Consumption.
Hello.
Hello.
Très bien. Bon,
Let's go. I've come to see you because I'd like to understand more clearly how things work in a supermarket. How does the food industry push us to buy more, and what tricks are used on us consumers?
It starts as soon as you enter the store. As consumers, we know about advertising. We know it is there to influence our choices. We also know that price is a factor, but for example, even the simple decision of whether to take a basket or a cart makes a difference. It is proven that if you opt for a basket and carry it close to your body like this, you'll be encouraged to make purchases for yourself, things that give you pleasure. I'm going to treat myself and grab that chocolate bar. On the other hand, if you go for a cart, you'll be pushing it in front of you. It becomes a sort of barrier. It helps us to resist temptation and motivates you to focus on fruits and vegetables. Today, we're going to look at all the things in the store that influence our buying choices without us knowing.
When I get to the refrigerated section and look at the yogurts, the desserts and all, the selection is huge. There's too much choice. I panic. It's just too much. There used to be no more than a few different yogurts on the shelf.
Yes, absolutely. The explanation is simple. If you constantly eat plain yogurt, you will tire of it more quickly and therefore consume less. If you're offered a choice in terms of flavor, packaging, color, etc., you will consume more and you won't tire as easily. The manufacturer's goal is to come back each year with new flavors or some new packaging to maintain novelty and make us consume forever more. Here we have 4 yogurts or 4 opportunities to consume 125 grams of yogurt, which contain about 100 calories. Here we have this yogurt to drink, which is consumed like 1 yogurt, except that it contains 500 milliliters. That is equal to the 4 yogurts all together with about 500 calories. But this will probably be consumed in 1 shot. This is an example of being coerced into consuming more, going from 4 small 125-gram yogurts to this big 500 milliliter bottle. Not to mention this bottle, which is supposed to be the family-size packaging, although it is common to see teenagers drinking the whole thing down in a half hour as an afternoon snack.
These are pre-prepared dishes?
Here we have ready-made dishes right across from the fresh fruits and vegetables. It is intended to remind you that although you could peel and cook your own vegetables, you can also just reach out, grab a pre-prepared product, and have the same meal right away at home.
Right, ready to cook. All you do is pop it in the oven or microwave, it's done.
The contrast with the fresh fruit and vegetables that need to be prepared. No one even knows how to cook these things anymore. The ready-made product is so much more practical, and this is the best place in the store to emphasize this, right here near the fresh food.
Before that product gets put out on display, the special miracle recipe needs to be perfected, the one that will keep you coming back again and again.